Itty-Bitty Kitty Corn by Shannon, Hale. So before we start the book, we can see that Kitty is making something, and she's got all of her paints and her glue. We can kind of see maybe it looks like a horn, and she's got her glitter, but when she puts it on her head, then whoop, it falls right off. So here she leaves, and she comes back with yarn. Itty-Bitty Kitty Corn. Kitty thinks she might be a unicorn. A horn sits atop her fuzzy head, pointing up, up, up to the sky. She feels so perfectly unicorny. "Look at me," says Kitty. And I love how when she looks in the mirror, she sees a reflection of a unicorn. "You're not a unicorn, Putty Pie," says Parakeet. "You're curled up like a cat, Fluffy Fry," says Gecko. And just like that, unicorn's gone. Kitty stands tall. She prances on her clawed unicorn hooves. She gallops on her eensy-weensy unicorn legs. "Look at me," says Kitty. "You're still not a unicorn, Fuzzy Hiney," says Parakeet. "You have a stubby tail, Teeny Tiny," says Gecko. Kitty closes her eyes. She concentrates and poof! Her tail puffs up fat. "Look at me," says Kitty. "You're never going to be a unicorn, Funny Foo," says Parakeet. "You meow in your sleep, Miffy Moo," says Gecko. "Nay," says Kitty. "Nay, nay." She sticks her pink nose in their ears in case they didn't hear. "Nay." "You're a cat," says Parakeet. "And that's that," says Gecko. Still, Kitty's unicorn heart beats harder. She lifts her front hoof and sweeps her magnificent tail. The sun is low, the shadows are long. At last she looks exactly how she feels. "Ha ha! Look at me now!" yells Kitty. And I love looking at her shadow. "Wow!" says Parakeet, astonished. "Woo!" says Gecko, impressed. "Finally, they see me," thinks Kitty. But look, they're not looking at Kitty. Until clop, clop, clop. Gecko points with his fat-tipped finger. "Now that's a unicorn." The unicorn brandishes his horn. He sweeps his magnificent tail. He neighs a mighty neigh. Suddenly, Kitty feels no bigger than a ball of lint. Flop, flop, flop. "Pardon me," says Unicorn. "Yes," squeaks Kitty. "I so admire your fuzzy ears and silver whiskers," says Unicorn. "You do?" says Kitty. And I wondered, Unicorn looks right and then left. Did you know? What? Says Kitty. Did you know? Says Unicorn, whispering now. What? What? Yells Kitty. Did you know, says Unicorn, that I am a kitty-corn? Look at Unicorn. He's wearing kitty ears. Kitty gasps. Her tiny tail twitches with joy. Yes, says Kitty. I see that now. You are a kitty-corn. You are a fuzzy, furry, adorable kitty-corn. Unicorn nods. I knew that another kitty-corn like you would see. Oh, and I love that Kitty is putting her horn back on. Yes, says Kitty. I see you. Kitty and Unicorn are both kitty-corns. Kitty trots on her soft, teeny paws, and Unicorn pads on his huge golden hooves. They both like to toss their manes and brandish their horns. They both like to scamper after bumblebees and stretch out in a patch of grass. And when the sun is low, their shadows merge till you can no longer tell one from the other. And here at the end we have Parakeet and Gecko, and it looks like they're beginning to pretend.